Jen. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another What's for Dinner video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm a full-time working mom with 2 kids, and in these videos I just like to show you what I make for my family during the work week and sometimes on the weekends. Anytime that we don't eat out, usually I show you what we're eating. So tonight is Wednesday and I'm making a chicken teriyaki bowl with grilled pineapple, rice, some slaw, and I think I'm gonna have some broccoli on the side. So stay tuned to this video to see what we have for dinner tonight and for the next week. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to work on for dinner tonight is getting my rice ready. Now, I've mentioned this in videos before, but I am terrible at cooking rice, and so I always like to cook it in my electric pressure cooker. And I have here 1.5 cups of jasmine rice. I'm going to put it into the pressure cooker here, and then I will add an equal amount of water, some salt, and a pat of butter. So today I am testing out the Elec Homes pressure cooker. This is a 6-quart electric pressure cooker, and I want to thank them for sending this to me to try out. This is smaller than the other electric pressure cooker that I have, but sometimes it's nice to have 2 in case you're cooking, you know, a large family meal or something like that. I really do like this pressure cooker because the buttons on it are very like user friendly. You can kind of see exactly what you want to, you know, make in your pressure cooker. I've used several different brands that aren't quite as intuitive, so I do like that about it. And I like the fact also that it does come with a glass lid in case you want to slow cook with it, and it also comes with a trivet and a cookbook and everything like that. So I'm just trying this out tonight. This video is not sponsored, but I wanted to disclose that they did send me the product, so I will let you guys know what I think about it. In here I poured my water, and I also put a pat of butter and a little bit of salt. Butter is optional, but I do like adding that because it gives it a lot of flavor. All right, so I'm just gonna pop the lid on this, and then it does have a sort of valve indication over here that sets to venting or locking, which is like sealing. And then all I do is just push the rice button, and then that automatically sets it to 6 minutes at kind of medium pressure. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it on that and see how it turns out. Typically when I do this, I always use equal parts water, rice, and use the rice function, and it turns out great, so we will see. The next thing for this recipe is to make the slaw that goes with it. So I am going to take half of my green onions here. I have about 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise in my bowl here, and I'm gonna dice up these, or slice up rather, these green onions and add them to the mayo. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and add the juice of 1 lime. We're just making the dressing for our slaw here. Okay, and then the recipe also says to mix olive oil, salt, and pepper. Alright, so I'm just going to mix this up. And then add my coleslaw. So I'm going to mix this slaw up and let it kind of, you know, sit together for a little bit before we eat. It's about 5:20 right now, and we probably won't eat until after 6. So what I'll do is I'll mix this together and just let this sit in the refrigerator to kind of let the coleslaw or cabbage wilt down a bit and let the flavors combine, and then we'll see sort of what else it needs. All right, so I have a skillet heating up here with a little bit of olive oil. My chicken breasts have already been seasoned. I did this a little bit earlier, so it's just 4 chicken breasts with salt, pepper, and garlic powder on both sides. And then I have some pineapple rings here that I'm also going to crisp up in the pan. This is actually a Home Chef meal that I am cooking tonight. This is not sponsored. I paid for this with my own money. You guys know that I have gotten Home Chef a lot in the past, and so I usually like to get it at least once a week or once every other week, just so we have a dinner that I don't necessarily have to think about. And so that is what I'm making tonight. If you guys want to try out Home Chef, I do have a coupon code always linked in my description box, and I'll link it down there below. You can actually get $30 off your first box, which if you're ordering a 6-serving box comes out to only $30 for 6 meals, which is a huge discount. And even if you're only going to use it once and you decide to cancel it, it's still a great deal. I manage it all from my app, and it works out really well. So I would recommend it without reservations. Let me know if you've tried it before or if you're planning on trying it. And so I'm just going to get my pineapple rings in the skillet here and brown those up on both sides. All right, so my pineapple looks like it is successfully getting browned. So I'm going to remove that to a plate and then add my chicken breast. And then there is a teriyaki sauce glaze that is going to go on this, so we'll add that after the chicken is cooked. The thing I like about Home Chef is their chicken breast is like really good and really high quality. Like it doesn't, like this is exactly how it came. Like I didn't have to trim it or anything. It comes like without any, you know, extra fat, gristle, whatever. It's great. So I'm going to saute this on both sides until it is cooked through. All right, so our rice is done. It beeped. I'm going to go ahead and let the pressure out and we'll see if it's cooked. So you can see this is on keep warm, which is perfect, and the rice turned out so perfect. You guys, seriously, if you have not tried cooking your rice in an electric pressure cooker, you really need to try it. It's the only way I can make perfect fluffy rice. So after using this Elect Homes pressure cooker for rice, I would definitely recommend it. It was super quick. It came to pressure really quick. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the lid on this until it's time to eat. Okay, so for the chicken, what I did was I browned it on both sides. I added just a little bit of water and the juice of a lime, and then I added the teriyaki glaze that was included in the HelloFresh box, along with some of the pineapple. And I just have this on like a little bit of a lower heat because I'm planning to try to cook the rest of the chicken through and not, you know, have it burnt on the outside and not cooked on the inside. I also have some broccoli that I steamed in this pan back here, so we will have that in addition to this meal.
By my window, hits my chest right in the morning, like a warning. Could have slept here for days.
All right, I just wanted to give you an update on the dinner that we just had. It was delicious. So I really like the combination of like bowls like that. So like anything that has like rice, protein, veggies, like some kind of crunchy thing like coleslaw or salad, it was really good. So Adam also liked it. Connor ate all of the chicken, almost all of the rice, and all of his broccoli. He didn't really like the cooked pineapple, but Kira will be home in a little bit from swim. Adam actually just went to go get her, so we'll see how she likes it, but she loves like anything chicken and rice, so I'm sure she'll like it. But anyway, just a reminder that that was a Home Chef meal, so if you want to try that out, I'll have a link for $30 off in the description box below. Otherwise, I will link the recipe if you want to try that as well. I will see you tomorrow.
I felt your heartbeat, felt your mouth breathe.
All right, so I asked Adam if he wanted tacos or meatloaf for dinner, and he chose tacos. So I am going to, or I'm actually right here sauteing up 2 pounds of ground beef, and then I'm going to put some of this fajita seasoning mix in just because I got this on sale at Hy-Vee and it's what I have on hand. It will work fine for tacos. And then I have some canola oil over here. I'm actually going to make my own crispy taco shells using some corn tortillas that I have in the fridge, and I think the kids will probably want flour. And so right now I just need to get started making all my toppings. This tomato is looking a little ragged, but I'll cut that part out. All right, so we're frying these corn tortillas, and I'm very excited about it. Oh, that's only one tortilla. So I just have some canola oil in here that's heated up. It probably needs to be calmed down a little bit. So essentially you're just going to fry this with your tongs in the shape of a taco until it gets nice and golden brown. Here's also a good thing. If you're watching your carbs, corn tortillas, at least these that I got from Aldi, only have 6 carbs per tortilla. That is pretty good. And honestly, I like corn tortillas better than I like flour tortillas. So I'm gonna continue to fry these. And then after I put them over here on the sheet tray that I have some, what do you call it, paper towels on, I'm just gonna salt them a little bit. So the key is just to kind of spread them open while you fry them so that you can fill them, obviously. Otherwise, if you fry them too tight, it'll be very hard to fill. All right, so tonight is, I almost said Friday. It's Saturday, and I'm showing you what we're having for dinner tonight. I made homemade tacos, complete with homemade fried corn tortilla shells. So I just took the regular corn tortilla shells and fried them in a skillet in like a shallow layer of canola oil until they were fried into a taco shape. And then I made some taco meat, and I have some shredded pepper jack cheese, sour cream, tomato, cilantro and onion, salsa. Connor had walking taco instead, and some shredded lettuce. And so that's what we're having for dinner tonight. You should try these because Adam said it's the best taco he's ever had in his life. All right, so happy Sunday. This is what we are having for dinner tonight. I made some meatloaf. I will post the link down below to the weekend prep video where I made this meatloaf, where you can find the recipe. It's glazed with barbecue sauce and some strips of bacon. I also steamed up some fresh sweet corn that I had in the freezer that I froze this summer from the farmer's market. And then just a baked potato with butter, sour cream, cheese, and salt and pepper. All right, so good Monday morning. I am going to show you what we're going to have for dinner tonight. It is before work for me, and so I am getting one of my chicken freezer meals in the crock pot. So I will post this original recipe down below, but essentially you make a marinara sauce and put it in a freezer bag along with like some pesto, veggies, chicken breast, and Italian sausage. And then what I did was just took it out of the freezer this morning, ran it under some hot water in the sink just so I could loosen it from the bag. And I'm going to put it in the slow cooker on the keep warm, not keep warm. That wouldn't be cooked. I'm going to put it on the low setting, so I'm going to let it cook all day. The chicken and the sausage that is in there is raw right now, so you definitely want to let this slow cook all day. And then I do have also, let's see if I can do this. I don't think I can do this with one hand. I have these meatballs that I had in my freezer. I actually made them some time ago, and we didn't need them at that time, and so I just rolled them into balls and put them in the freezer for later use. So I'm going to throw those in there too. So there'll be meatballs in here, chicken, and sausage. So it will be delicious. And I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on this. This will be done after work. I'll probably make some pasta for the kids, and then for Adam and I, we might have a little bit of pasta, or I might make some zoodles too. And then I forget what else I'm making, maybe a salad. So I'll see you after work. All right, so here's what dinner ended up turning out like. I did make some salads also. Kira is in the shower right now. She's gonna eat this when she gets out. She just got home from swim practice. So I went and got some frozen ravioli from Hy-Vee. So it's just plain cheese ravioli, and then I boiled that, and then this is the chicken ragu on top of it. So it's got some chicken breast in it, some sausage, pepperoni, and marinara sauce, and there were also meatballs in there, but we ate all that. But this basically just simmered all day. I don't know that I would make this particular recipe again. I feel like I would have to modify it a little bit. The chicken was a little bit dry, which really doesn't make sense because it's been cooking in this all day, but I think it was a little bit dry. And then the meatballs were good. So I don't know. I would consider making something like this again. Maybe not this exact recipe, but just modifying it. So that's what we had for dinner tonight. All right, happy Wednesday. Tonight for dinner. Wait, is today Wednesday? Yeah. I asked my kid what day it was. We are having some chicken cordon bleu that I did a freezer meal on, and you guys, I'm not sure if you've seen this yet, but either way, I'll link the recipe down below. So basically, this is just chicken breast that I've cut in half, like to make it thinner, and there is ham and Swiss cheese and breadcrumbs, and I'm just gonna drizzle this with some extra butter, just because I want to make sure that it crisps up on the outside. Sometimes if you cook chicken in the oven without putting oil on it, it won't crisp up, and that is a no-go for me. So the instructions on this say to cook for about 50 minutes at 400 degrees, and then I may prep another meal tonight too. We'll see. All right, so this is what the completed chicken cordon bleu looks like.
Chicken cordon bleu.
Frenchie.
Say it again, Frenchie.
I did put some melted butter over it before I cooked it, and that is what I would recommend, because otherwise it won't brown. And then I made some rice pilaf and some peas, and that's what we were having for dinner tonight.
But it's not real. We were close to see.
All right, so it is Saturday at lunchtime, and today I am making this Hello Fresh meal for Adam and I. So I know this is a what's for dinner video, but I'm going to show you guys what's for lunch today. So I actually bought this at my local grocery store at Fairway, and my curiosity was piqued because I have never seen this in my regular grocery store. I know that like Publix sells like meal prep or meal kits like this, but I've never seen one in my grocery store around here, so I thought I would give it a try. This was $17.99 in the grocery store, and it looks like it makes 6 tacos, which is a little bit pricey, but not bad, especially if you want something that's really put together. So these are the beef bulgogi tacos with pickled jalapeno and sriracha sour cream. So I'm just going to show you what comes in the box here, if I can get it open. If you guys have seen these in your area, let me know. It's honestly the first time I've ever seen this. So it comes with some ground beef, some flour tortillas. It also comes with some red cabbage. I assume that's for the slaw to go on top of the tacos. This sweet Korean bulgogi sauce, some ginger. I saw this through the side of the container and I was like, is there tequila in there? No, this is white wine vinegar, jalapeno. Comes with some sesame seeds, some sriracha, and some sour cream, and obviously the instructions. So we're gonna get started cooking this, and I'm excited to see how this turns out. So the first step in this recipe is to pickle, or quick pickle, I guess, your jalapeno. So I sliced up the jalapeno in this bowl, and then I added 1 tablespoon of the white wine vinegar, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 2 teaspoons of water, and a pinch of salt and pepper. And then it says to add, well, obviously the jalapeno is already in there, and then microwave this for 1 minute and set it aside to quick pickle. Next step is to saute the cabbage. I wrongly told you guys that it was going to be a slaw, but it says to saute it in some olive oil for about 5 minutes with salt and pepper. So I'll be anxious to see if I like this. I'm not a huge fan of cooked cabbage really, but I'm willing to try anything. I also made the sour cream sauce for the tacos. So this is sour cream, sriracha, and the recipe said to add a little bit of water, but I had fresh limes on hand, so I just went ahead and added some lime juice. I removed the cabbage to a plate here, and I just have the ground beef sauteing up. I'm using my Dutch oven, which is a large pot for this, but the only reason I'm using it is because my other 2 skillets are in the dishwasher. So I'm just breaking this up and browning it. I did grate the ginger in there, the fresh ginger, using my microplane grater, and I'm just going to cook this till it's finished and then drain it. So the beef is draining, and I have added the cabbage back to the pan with the rest of the vinegar, and then I'm going to add the beef and the sauce, the bulgogi sauce in. Here's what the completed beef mixture looks like. I turned off the heat and added the sesame seeds. I'm just going to taste this for seasoning to make sure that has enough salt and everything, and then I'll show you guys the completed plates. So thoughts on these tacos. They're really good. I will say this pickled jalapeno is super hot, and I put a bunch on my taco. And now I'm feeling like it's too much, but it is really good. The beef mixture with the cabbage is delicious. I would definitely recommend this. If you see this in your grocery store, pick it up. Okay, so tonight is Sunday night, and this is the last dinner that I'm going to show you in this video. So I'm going to show you what we're having for dinner tonight. So this was sort of a Home Chef recipe that I kind of modified to fit our needs. So there is some chicken with tomato vinaigrette in this pan. I also made some spinach salad with tomatoes and cucumbers. This cauliflower gratin I actually got from Aldi. It was ready to bake, so I just baked it in the oven. And then these are some flatbreads that I also got from Home Chef, which I will link their website in the description box below. This one is for the kids. It's just plain cheese. And then this one has some pears and scallions on it, and Adam and I are going to eat that. So thank you so much for watching this What's for Dinner video. These are sort of not difficult for me to film, but sometimes, like, especially on the weekends, I'm already filming a weekend prep video, so I just have to sort of like keep it straight. But hopefully you enjoyed seeing what we have for dinner. If there are any recipes in this video, I will have them linked in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.